Face Goes Blair, I made, what's it called? No Backsies, the animation about two aliens on a date.
I'm Ben, and I made the Russian Thistle, which is the one about the guy pretending to be the cowboy.
Hello, I'm Stuart. I'm part of the A-Team. We made the film You're Still Here, which involved guests, masked guests in a house in a case of strange mistaken changed identity.
Hello, I'm Owen Allen. I'm from the Cameo crew. I work here. I made the one about the fly, the half man, half fly that threw up on our Raspberry Bernie. Hi, I'm Andy. I'm from Spill the Beans. I directed, along with the other director Anna, of Clean, the black and white Airbnb murder. Not so much mystery, I guess.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm from Shop to Go, and we did God Only Knows, which is the one set in the church.
Hi, I'm Josh McFarlane, and I directed Love Scraps, the one about the two romantic couple who come back to the siblings' house.
Holly, I directed and wrote Missing Presumed Dead, The Oath of the Chicken Seduction, the detective one, the noir one.
I'm Duncan, I'm from Alpaca Pictures, and we made Last Train Home, the horror that was just there at the end.
Hi, hello, I'm Stephen. I'm in Team Nice Things. We made a film called Down to Party, which was the first film tonight, which was about a man who is all the guests at his own swinger party.
I'm Ollie, I'm from the Angels Share. Shout out to my boys in the back. I made the film, we made the film, sorry, about the guy trying to get weed for his girl. Not his girl, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm Moss. We are Team Moss. We made the one, what was it called? The Uncorking. It was about two friends that went to try wine, but they really didn't like it. A comedy, which he's never written a comedy before, so that was challenging.
The cast and crew and everyone knew what they were doing and everything, and it all went to shit when we got on the edit, and 2 hours before submission, and all of a sudden it just decided to crash. To get it working again, which was amazing. So, but we got it in, so that was.
I think maybe the genre was a little bit of a head scratcher for us. It took us a little bit longer than it had in previous years to get the idea nailed down.
We didn't write anything, any word on any page at all. So it was just all in our head and trying to remember all the stuff and just kind of shoot and write as we shoot. I mean, it doesn't look very challenging when you watch the film, to be honest, but yeah, that would be.
We had a fun rendering one this year where our render said it would take 10 minutes and then jumped up to 55 with about 10 minutes of submission. Thankfully, we had a backup. Unfortunately, that backup had the time code burnt into it, so we had to reframe the entire film, zoomed in and up a bit, and then submit it without watching. So that was a fun one. But yeah.
I actually filmed it in about an hour and 20 minutes because we were getting booted out of the building. So thank you so much to the whole team for locking in and actually getting it done. So that was a bit of a nightmare actually, and it did in fact make our brains melt, as that's the name of our production.
You may have noticed ours was an action movie, but there wasn't much action. We had filmed a really fun fight scene, and it was all on one drive, and then we checked the drive and it wasn't there, and that was on the Saturday. So we were like, our lovely editor did the best she could, but it's more of a scuffle than anything.
The cheap answer, which I'm sure you get all the time, is the time limit. If we could make it 49 hours, that would have been perfect for us. Well, the real answer is honestly just not enough people. We were only 8 people, and it was good because it was we all knew each other, but we thought it'd be less overwhelming to have less people, but it was the opposite. I felt bad, I was the only one that had run roll. Everyone had so many hats. So really in the future, more people on cast and crew would have been a lot easier.
Well, firstly, during the entire weekend, I got maybe 2 hours of sleep, perhaps, so that's why it maybe feels a little bit rushed and nonsensical, because I was nonsensical. Assuming a lot of you saw that the canopy out front, that's what we used for the opening credits. I came in for a manager's open shift, so I could change that so we could then get it back open ready for the actual cinema opening. And after that, my manager went, "Oh, your original plot doesn't seem to be very sci-fi-esque," and so he helped make it a bit more sci-fi with the half human, half fly aspect of it. But I couldn't be bothered to then go out, change the canopy and do it again, so I just kept the Rapture title. So that's why it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to the plot.
Our biggest challenge, cats. Severe cat allergies in the house we were filming in. That was quite bad. People with previously not showing many allergies to cats were suddenly sniffing and sneezing. We didn't have a great time. I was fine though, so.
Pretty much everything that happened on Sunday was shit. We opened up the thing and all of our files were corrupted, and then we had to sort that out, and then some of them were still corrupted, and then we could only watch up to 3 seconds of every clip, and so we had to edit one on 720p, and they looked like they microwaved. And I got a fucking DaVinci Resolve YouTube tutorial up, and I put my headphones on, and Logan was snoring beside me, and I had to use his mouse, and his sensitivity is on like 150%, and I couldn't turn it down. I closed my eyes, I just see it. I had to go really close to the screen, and I had to move the mouse really slowly, and I had to cut whatever that was we watched. So that was hard, but it was fun.
Like 2 hours of prep, this lady comes up and is like, "Oh, guys, I've got to close the room." Like, I was like, "Oh God, okay. You know, can we have it for a bit longer? Like, what's that?" She's like, "Okay, well, yeah, I can let you have like maybe half an hour more." So I'm like running back in the room. We're like, "Guys, we've got to shoot this. We've got like an hour and 10 minutes." Like, threw the shot list out the window. I did it all handheld in the end. It just completely chaos. But everyone did really well. Most of those shots were either like a 1 shot or a 2 shot at most. A bit mental. So we did it just through gritting our teeth and locking in, basically.
The hardest part for me is the same as it always is if I try and do a solo project, which is just not giving up, because it's very easy to give up when you're on your own. Although I did have lovely voice actors who helped me out, so I didn't want to let them down. Apart from that, I wouldn't be letting anyone down if I just threw in the towel, especially at like 1 in the morning on Sunday when I was going to bed, setting my alarm for 3 a.m. being like, I can get a couple hours here, that'd be nice. But yeah, I basically had to cut out a whole end of the universe subplot from mine.
Alex, if you had given up, you would be letting us all down. Am I right, people? How much did you love Alex's film?